You don't beat procrastination by becoming a heroic version of yourself. You beat it by changing the moment before the moment, the tiny slice of time where you usually say later. I'm not here to shame you. I know the loop. I work better under pressure. I'm not in the mood. I need the perfect plan. Meanwhile, the task sits there like a closed door you're weirdly afraid to touch. Today we open the door. Not with hype, with design. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's protection. Your brain sees discomfort and throws smoke. Fear of doing it wrong, not finishing, finding out you're not as good as you hope. So it hands you micro pleasures. Scroll, snack, tidy, research one more thing. You're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the feeling attached to it. Once you see that, the game changes. We don't fight you. We reshape the feeling. Stop worshiping the finish line. Design the starting line. Build a start line ritual that takes 2 minutes and is embarrassingly simple. Set a 5-minute timer. Open the thing. Do the smallest possible version badly. That's all. 5 minutes is a wedge. It splits I can't start into I already started. Action generates willingness. Willingness rarely generates action. That if the task is writing, open the real document and type one ugly sentence. If it's studying, open to the right page, write 2 bullet questions by hand, answer one. If it's a workout, shoes on, step outside, move for 1 minute. A call you're avoiding, type the first line you'll say and put the number on the screen. A messy room, 1 drawer. Then you stop, or continue if you want. The win is crossing the starting line. 2 enemies make starting hard: ambiguity and friction. Ambiguity is work on project, that's fog. Rename it in a way your hands understand. Open project_X and write 1 bad paragraph in section 2. Friction is the invisible sand in your gears, the million steps before step 1. Reduce it. Put the file on your desktop, the book on your chair, so you must move it to sit. Shoes by the door with laces open. Water bottle filled. Timer visible. If the first 30 seconds require decisions, you design a trap. Make those decisions tonight and pin them to your space like breadcrumbs. You also need if-then plans because the moment will never be perfect. If it's noisy, then I put on the same focus playlist. If the house is chaotic, then I go to the staircase or the car for 10 minutes. If I feel too tired, then I do exactly 5 minutes and mark a check. This isn't weakness, it's engineering. Procrastination thrives in undefined conditions. It starves in scripted ones. Let's talk about the phone, the portable delay machine. Put it in another room. If you can't, grayscale the screen, remove addictive icons from the first page, and block your top 3 traps. Make distraction physically stupid. Headphones on, full screen the file, notifications off. The goal is not monk life. It's making the right thing easier than the wrong thing for 5 minutes. 5 clean minutes beats 50 guilty minutes of scrolling every time. Scale is the other fuel for delay. You stare at the mountain and forget that mountains are steps in costume. Slice it. Reward seals the loop. After your 5-minute start, put a small dot on a paper calendar. Simple, visible, old school, that says, I turn the key. Then add a tiny, non-derailing pleasure, a better tea, a short walk, 1 song. People mock tiny rewards. Those same people are run by tiny temptations. Use the mechanism on your terms. You also need a rule for bad days. Never miss twice. If you plan a focus block and blew it, the next block is mandatory and tiny. 2 minutes is allowed. Ugly is required. A miss stays a miss and never becomes a slide. Shame wants speeches. Discipline wants a move. Let shame talk. Move anyway. What if I start and I'm not good? Then you're normal. Early reps are crooked on purpose. You're not impressing a jury. You're carving a groove your future self can fall into without thinking. Be deliberate about the first inch, and the next mile gets jealous. Also, stop counting the reps you didn't do. Do the rep that takes 5 minutes, and let momentum drag you the next 15. Change the way the task meets your senses. If the page feels hostile, write 2 lines by hand on a card, then type them in. If the room steals energy, stand for the first 5 minutes. If your brain drifts, read the paragraph out loud. If your thoughts race, do 4, 7, 8 breathing twice, then begin. Procrastination is often a state shift problem. Change state, then act inside that state. Time boxing helps, but keep it humane. I like 25-minute blocks with 5-minute breaks, but I don't start with 25. I start with 5. I earn the next 20 by crossing the line. Most days after 5, the whining fades and the work pulls me forward. On the rare day it doesn't. I still leave with a dot on the calendar and a tiny piece done. That's the difference between a life that compounds and a life that restarts every Monday. Here's a micro plan you can steal tonight. Move your phone charger to the kitchen. Grayscale your phone. Block your top 3 time sinks for morning hours. Place the file or book you need on your chair. Write a sticky. Start line equals 5 minutes. Open file. 1 bad paragraph. Leave it on your keyboard. Tomorrow. Sit. Headphones on. 5-minute timer. Open file. Type the worst first sentence you can. Keep going until the timer ends. On the calendar. Decide then if you want 5 more. If yes, great. If no, still great. You change the story. You're a person who starts on time. That identity moves mountains while you're busy counting pebbles. For tasks you hate, taxes, forms, hard calls, keep the window tighter. 5 minutes to locate the document. Write 3 missing pieces. Send 1 email to get 1 piece. 5 minutes to script the first 2 lines you'll say on the call. Schedule the call. Put the note by the phone. Walk away. You're teaching your nervous system it can touch the electric fence and not die. Next time, the zap is smaller. Borrow a little public pressure without turning your life into performance. Text a friend. At 7 o'clock, I'll do 5 minutes on X. I'll send you a white heavy check mark at 7:10. You're not asking for a parent. You're installing a gentle guardrail at the start line. Most of the time, after the check emoji, you keep going. Momentum is kind. Quick checkpoint. Comment 1 sentence with the task you'll start for 5 minutes today. Keep it specific and small. Use this format. At time, I'll open exact file and write 1 bad paragraph. Make it public so it becomes real. A few friction-shaving tricks you can apply in 60 seconds. Put your to-do list on a white card with only 3 items. Hide everything else. Rename files with action verbs. Use the same playlist only for deep work so your brain recognizes it as a doorway. Put a do not disturb card on your desk when you start so other humans don't sabotage your first minute. Keep a parking lot sticky for intrusive ideas. Write them down and return to the task without wrestling them. When you break your own rule, as you will, the recovery is the ritual. Breathe. Touch water. Walk 30 steps. Seat. 5 minutes. Open a thing. 1 ugly line. Dot on the calendar. That sequence is your fire drill. Practice it until it's boring. Boring is a superpower. Boring is how things get finished. Treat procrastination like a design problem, not a moral failure. And if something strange happens, you respect yourself more. Not because you suddenly produce miracles, but because you keep small promises when nobody is clapping. That self-respect changes the air in the room. You stand different. You choose different. And tasks that look like threats start to look like invitations. Don't wait to be fearless. Be scheduled. 5 minutes is not the whole life. It's the door. Open it today. Not because you're inspired, because you're done losing hours to a feeling that always fades the moment you move.